The soft hum of a coffee shop filled the air as Amelia pushed the door open, her pink hoodie slightly damp from the drizzle outside. She shook off a few drops from her hair, which cascaded down her shoulders in wavy brown locks, and adjusted her glasses as they fogged up from the warmth inside. It was her favorite spot in the city, a cozy corner café tucked away from the bustling streets, with walls lined with books and the comforting aroma of roasted coffee beans. Amelia walked straight to her usual table by the window, where the view of the cobblestone street outside always inspired her. Pulling out her laptop from her bag, she settled in, her black Converse sneakers resting lightly on the bar beneath the chair. Today was the day she was finally going to finish her short story, a piece she had been working on for weeks, inspired by her dream of becoming a writer. As she began typing, she noticed a figure outside. A young man, dressed in a navy blue raincoat, was struggling to keep his umbrella intact against the wind. He looked up and met her gaze for a brief second before quickly averting his eyes and walking into the café. Amelia couldn't help but smile at his clumsy entrance as the umbrella snagged on the doorframe. He seemed like the kind of person who'd end up in one of her stories, a blend of awkwardness and charm. The man ordered a coffee and scanned the room. Much to Amelia's surprise, he approached her table. "Hi," he said, a sheepish grin spreading across his face. "Sorry to bother you, but all the other tables are full. Do you mind if I sit here?" Amelia hesitated for a moment, her fingers hovering over her keyboard. She wasn't used to sharing her space, especially when she was writing. But there was something earnest about his expression that made her nod. "Sure," she said, gesturing to the empty chair across from her. "Thanks," he replied, setting down his coffee and a thick notebook. He glanced at her screen and noticed her open document. "Are you a writer?" Amelia pushed her glasses up the bridge of her nose, a little embarrassed. "Kind of. I'm working on a short story." "That's cool," he said, flipping open his notebook to reveal pages filled with sketches. "I'm an illustrator. Maybe I can illustrate your story someday." Amelia raised an eyebrow, intrigued. "That depends. Are you any good?" He laughed, holding up a sketch of a girl in a hoodie with wild hair and big glasses. It looked remarkably like her. "I don't know," he said with a playful smirk. "What do you think?" Amelia couldn't hide her surprise. "'Kay, that's impressive. But how did you?" "I noticed you through the window before coming in," he admitted, his cheeks turning slightly red. "You looked like the kind of person who had a story to tell." For the next 2 hours, their table became a hub of creative energy. Amelia shared her story ideas, and the man, who introduced himself as Ethan, added sketches to bring her characters to life. The café, with its bustling background and warm lighting, became their shared canvas. By the time they packed up, Amelia's short story had transformed into a vivid narrative, complete with illustrations. She felt a spark she hadn't felt in a long time, both for her writing and for the possibilities of this newfound partnership. "Same time tomorrow?" Ethan asked, slinging his raincoat over his arm. Amelia smiled, tucking her laptop into her bag. "Same time tomorrow." As she walked home, the rain had stopped, and the night sky glimmered with stars. For the first time in months, Amelia felt like she was part of a story worth telling, one that had only just begun.